the southern border now. We have an exclusive. Some immigrants risk everything to try to make it into the U.S., attempting to board a dangerous train known as the Beast. It's a death-defying journey. It includes dangers from the cartels and the railroad itself. Correspondent Jorge Ventura is with me now live. I've seen video of this train and the details of how people get here, how they survive, and many often don't, are just chilling.
Yeah, that's right, Adrian. According to Mexican officials, La Bestia, known in English as the Beast, is the deadliest train in Mexico. Even children have died on it by falling off. It's very, very gruesome. And our News Nation team was able to speak with a woman in Durango, Mexico, known as Claudia, locally known as the one by the train. She tells our team that she's actually been assisting migrants with food and water on that dangerous journey. She's telling our producer, Denise Gomez, that she's seen a increase in migrants risking their life on this dangerous train. Take a look at these images here. Claudia says that just in her town alone in Durango, an average of around 200 migrants try to attempt to catch the train. Extremely dangerous. Her town is located 10 hours from Ciudad Juarez. That's right across El Paso, Texas. Now, it's important to note that La Bestia travels all across Mexico, making Durango just one of its many stops. Many migrants are so desperate that they're willing to risk everything to cross the border before Donald Trump's return to his office in January. Claudia shared shocking stories with News Nation, including seeing people in wheelchairs attempting to climb aboard. She also noted a recent and troubling trend. Many children are now traveling with adults, making that dangerous journey. This is something she hasn't observed until a few weeks ago, as most migrants she encountered were previously adults traveling alone.
It's stupid. And to know that the Biden administration is both aiding in this, knowing that people are dying, knowing that people are being trafficked, knowing that the cartels are taking advantage of people and kidnapping them and holding them for ransom, knowing all of this, and then also not knowing who's actually crossing over into the border is absolutely positively one of the most heinous things that you can possibly do. And I still do not understand why they are continuing to do this, knowing that the Trump administration, via Border Czar Tom Homan, has already declared that we are going to have the safest borders in history, even safer than what we experienced in 2016 through 2020. So much so that the very migrant that set the woman on fire in the subway over in New York was an illegal migrant from Guatemala that was deported under the Trump administration, got him up out of here, and then he came back over during the Biden administration. And then these are some of the crimes that's being committed against, you know, American citizens. And he burned a woman up and watched her burn at the end of a train, and just absolutely creating chaos. And you got migrant gangs. Obviously, they've taken over 16 cities, and they're operating, and they're stealing. And then you got these liberal governors and liberal mayors that's protecting them. And I can't understand it. I do not understand it. It makes no sense whatsoever. Here's the kicker. It's if you have these people coming in right now, but you know that Trump is going to be working to get them up out of here, why do you make it more difficult for them to do so? This is not a peaceful transition of power. This is literally destroying the United States of America and doing it via taxpayer dollar.
Últimamente vienen.
Lately, they come very aggressive, like
Crazy.
all the good, all the kind migrants have crossed, because in this group that's coming, they're fighting among themselves.
But the beast is not the only risk. Authorities have uncovered alarming cases of migrants kidnapping in different Mexican states. In Chiapas, 15 Vietnamese migrants and a Mexican national were rescued from a quick ransom express kidnapping. Tamaulipas says that 24 migrants, including children, freed from a trafficking ring. In Sonora, Mexico, 36 migrants, mostly from India, were crammed into a house until their desperate cries for help brought authorities to the scene. Cartels see migrants as a paycheck, extorting these families, demanding ransom with a huge rush of migrants trying to attempt to make it into the U.S. before Donald Trump takes office, Adrian.
I listened to what that woman said in your reporting, saying all the nice immigrants have crossed already, and this is a different breed. But is Mexico trying to stop people still from boarding this train?
So, according to my contacts, Adrian, Mexican officials have launched an operation called Operation Carousel. So, they're running these operations on these trains, trying to get those migrants off and into safety. They're also offering migrants bus rides to the border if they have a CBP-1 appointment. But according to my sources, it's literally impossible to stop every single one of these migrants, especially when they're risking so much. Now, here in Texas, Governor Greg Abbott did launch a billboard campaign hoping to deter migrants from making that dangerous journey. According to the governor, they've at least launched around 40 billboards in El Salvador,
with
Honduras,
no
Guatemala,
help from the
and all
federal
throughout Mexico,
government.
warning migrants of the dangers of crossing illegally. Also, warning them about the cartels, kidnapping. They even have very strong messaging telling parents that if they send their daughters to the border alone, that they could likely be raped or sexually assaulted by men on their journey to the U.S. If you remember, Adrian, last month we also reported on that 4-year-old girl that was found on the border all alone. When we made contact with her mother was already in the U.S. Now we'll still have to wait and
Insane.
see if these billboards do deter any migrant crossings, but Governor Greg Abbott says they want to get ahead of that dangerous trend and are ready to deport once Donald Trump comes into office.
We got to get Biden out immediately. Thank you, Jesus, that we have less than a month before we see Biden and Kamala Harris completely removed from office. I believe that this is quite possibly, I mean, he's right up there. One of the worst presidents in my lifetime, if not history. They said that history would be kind to Joe Biden. I disagree. I remember when they was talking about that when they had the Democratic National Convention and was saying that, 50 years of Joe Biden and all of that, history will not be kind to Joe Biden. He will go down as one of the worst presidents, and this will go down as one of the worst administrations of all time, and that America actually dodged a bullet by not electing Kamala Harris for office to get a promotion and push more of what we've already experienced over the last 4 years. This is crazy. It's insane. We cannot get the president in there fast enough. Even Trump himself said, I don't know why they're doing some of the stuff that they're doing, knowing that I'm coming into office and that my agenda is completely different, which is more closely aligned with the American people. Why would they be pushing some of the stuff that they're pushing? I'll tell you exactly why they're pushing some of the stuff that they're pushing. Because they know that it is the worst thing for America. They're trying to sabotage Trump coming into office. The Democrat Party is absolutely in shambles. AOC is over there making herself look stupid on on Instagram and TikTok, and people are absolutely upset with this administration. But they're gonna try to sabotage it for everybody else. This is how you know that they're not for America. I'm not even sure if they're for themselves. I think that some people are so demonic, and regardless of whether or not they want to present themselves as demonic or not, because you can't always see a demon, they walk around in sheep's clothing, that they'd rather see the world burn than to play along or to wait their turn or to know or concede peacefully and realize, hey, listen, you lost, game over. Just go ahead and lead a while. I don't even want to see Biden at the inauguration. I seen him in an interview saying that he was going to be at the inauguration and he was going to, hand over the keys to the White House. And then I read the comments and then people was like, "Oh, see, this is what a peaceful president looks like. This administration and this time in office has been anything but peaceful. It's been chaotic. It's been war-ridden. It's been illegal migrant city. It's been people's lives being ruined. It's just been utter chaos. Utter chaos. And he is determined to work as hard as he possibly can to ruin things before this administration take office. And I'm glad I got to witness it in real time because it is bad. It is absolutely positively horrific. Y'all let me know what y'all think inside of the comments of all of these migrants rushing to get in here before Trump takes office. I love you. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. And then also tap into After Hours tonight. It's going to be dope. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace.